it's everything that you come here and work for. I mean, it was my goal coming in as a freshman, and I've always been one of those guys that's gonna work for the top spot no matter what I got to do. So that's what I did, and just really means a lot that your hard work kind of is worth it and everything.
How do you feel you've improved since the conclusion of last season? I know you shed some weight, but obviously there's a lot more that goes into it that allows you to ascend to that ace role.
Yeah, Belly really worked on me with a new off-speed pitch. I developed a new curveball. I'm able to locate that. He really worked on the mental side of pitching and being able to control yourself on the mound, and which really helps as a starter, being able to go longer innings. There's more stuff that happens in the game that I'm going to have to deal with. So just being able to handle all that stuff, and then also working on my body, it's kind of what I did to prep myself for this season.
Why was it so important for you to add that fourth pitch? I guess, how does it open up the rest of your arsenal?
It allows me to go, I think it's going to allow me to go deeper into games. If teams key up on one certain pitch, I'm able to go to another one. And not necessarily that's the only reason I added it, but it allows me to do different stuff to lefties and righties. I can use different combinations of pitches, and I was just really excited that I'm finally getting it down in the zone for consistent strikes.
Bob and I just had a conversation with Coach Bellinger, and he talked a lot about the competition that happened throughout fall and throughout the preseason. What was that competition like for you with all this for position of starter, relief, closer? Just what was that competition like, and did you enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always one for competition. I mean, we're all great friends on the team, so just knowing that we were competing against each other for whatever role it was, we didn't necessarily know where we were going to be, and we have a deep staff this year. So it was just always fun messing with each other and just bantering and just having fun with each other, trying to compete with each other, make each other better. And ultimately that's what it did. And we finally got our roles now and we're ready to rock and roll.
Kind of along those lines, I mean, with the decision kind of coming down so close to opening day, how many guys kind of made it tough in terms of competing for the weekend spots? How excited are you about just the platoon of guys you have to throw out there?
Oh, I'm very excited. Everyone made it tough. I didn't know where I stood. I didn't know really where anybody stood because every guy that we pretty much ran out there this fall. I mean, the hitters did, or fall and spring, the hitters did well, but I mean, our pitching staff has just been absolutely dominant. And the guys that we run out there every day, it's like, who do we have today in the scrimmage? And we start naming off the guys, and it's like, man, the hitters are going to have another tough day. We have so many arms that we can just run out there, and whether they're crafty or power arms, they just get guys out. So it was tough competition throughout the entire fall and spring.
Hey Parker, how you doing? I'm at work right now, so my computer or my camera's off. I just wanted to ask you, you got some new faces on the staff this year, got some returning guys too. How far how well do you think you all as a pitching staff, how high do you think the ceiling might be this year?
I mean, we're going to take it one game at a time, but I think we can go a long way. I mean, we have power guys, we have crafty guys, and we have everything in between. We can mix it up a lot on different teams. And if a team hits, faster pitching better, we have some guys that can throw it a little softer and mix up the pitches. And if guys are better at hitting the crafty guys, we have some guys that can come in and blow 96 right past them. So, I mean, it's a really talented staff, and I mean, we're all really excited about what we can do this year.
The pandemic obviously was a tough thing with, I know it cast a lot of uncertainty really over everything. I guess, how did you physically and mentally kind of deal with that and everything that came with it?
I mean, yeah, I just took it as another long off season of the time that it was basically gifted to us to just get a lot better. And, during a season is more of putting what you did training wise to the test. And we just had basically a longer off season to just be able to get better the whole time. And that's how I know myself and pretty much all of our teammates took it. We just took all that time to really work on our bodies, work on our game, mental and physical, and just made us a whole lot better. And now we're going to be ready to go this season.
How excited are you to face hitters that aren't wearing garnet and gold and, start to extend your innings as well?
Very excited. I'm tired of seeing the same guys since early fall. We love them to death, but I'm ready to see somebody in a different uniform kind of turn on that bulldog mode and actually be able to pitch like I know how to pitch. It'll be a lot more fun.
Hey, Parker, appreciate you doing this. I'm curious, a lot of us have seen just kind of highlights, bits and pieces of Carson Montgomery throwing, but you've been able to see him now the fall preseason here. What kind of impression has he made on you and teammates so far?
Absolutely great impression. I mean, not only his talent, I'm speaking more as a kid off the field. He's a great kid. He could easily be one of the kids that were supposed to get drafted and come in and be cocky, expecting all this stuff, and he's absolutely not that way. One of the most humble kids I've ever talked to. Great kid. I love him to death, and he's an absolute baller. He will go out on the field, and I think he'll dominate this season, and it'll be well deserved because he is one of the most humble kids I could ever talk to.
Parker, having a head coach like Meat, who's obviously focused on the offense, I mean, what has his sort of attitude been towards the preseason? You mentioned that you guys dominate as aces and arms, but I guess just how excited has he been to see you guys develop and possibly become the strength of this team?
Oh, I know he loves it. I mean, every practice he says, basically congrats to our pitching staff because we did well again. But I will say that the hitters, he's doing a really good job because the hitters got to us a couple times. Me especially, they got to me a couple times this spring, so they're starting to turn it on. I'm as excited I am about our pitching staff. I'm really excited about our lineup this year. I think we're going to be dangerous in that aspect of the game as well.
Anything else for Parker? Okay, I think we're good.
Thank you, guys.